Hi guys, welcome back to the Q3FY25 result update. In today's video, we are going to be talking about a very interesting company called as Zinka Logistics Solution. Now, I've already covered this in in my Q2FY25 videos. So if you want to understand this company's business model in depth, and if you want to compare it with the other logistics players that is there, right, then I would recommend you all, you can watch that video, like just to understand the model in depth. Because since it's a Q3FY25 video, I'm just going to do the updates and explain the business model in a sweet and short way. Because if I go to explain the business model over here now, it is the business model, yes, it is a bit complicated. Then the video will become like a 50 minutes ka video again. There is no easy way over here to explain it, right? Because there are a lot of moving parts over here. So to understand that video, kindly watch, just go to my YouTube channel, business analysis playlist or Q2FY25 playlist also, and you will find Zinka Logistics ka, the video that is there. Okay. But now in today's video, we will talk about Q3FY25, and we will see how the company has done. Okay. So one thing over here, before we go into the Q3FY25 ka numbers and what went down in the con call, let us first understand like what exactly does this Zinka Logistics Solution does. Okay. Now before I go with the business model, there is this one common query that I get that I had got actually from one of the users on X that asked me like, why is that Zinka Logistics Solution ka market cap jo hai is bigger compared to the other logistics company ka market cap? Because other logistics company, if you see, the market cap is somewhere between 2000 crore or sub 2000 crore, right? And if you look at Zinka Logistics, I believe the market cap is somewhere between like 7000 crore odd. Okay. And when you look at it, like even if you look at SJ Logistics, unka I think the revenue is around like 500 crore, they're targeting this year and everything. Versus if you look at Zinka Logistics, the revenue ka scale is not as much as the other logistic players that are there. So why is that in spite of you not having, the same level of top line or greater level of top line, what makes you command like a bigger market cap? So the answer for that lies in the business model itself. Okay. Now when you look at the name Zinka Logistics Solution, so obviously logistics hai, so you will think like अरे एक logistic company hai, ठीक है? So that is what, the first thing that comes into your mind. But it's actually ulta. Obviously yes, Zinka Logistics Solution, it operates in the logistics space. Uska business model पूरा है to provide solution in the logistics space, but it is not a logistic company. It is a platform company. आप बोल सकते हो tech, digital software, जो भी नाम है आप बोल सकते हो ना. It is a software company slash digital company, mostly like a platform company आप बोल सकते हो. It's more or less like Zomato and Swiggy या India Mart Intermesh, right? Now when you look at Zomato and Swiggy, they operate in the food business, but they're not a food company, right? They're a platform company. Whether it is India Mart Intermesh also, they're not a trading company, they're a platform company. Similarly, Zinka Logistics Solution, it is not a logistic company, it is a digital slash platform business. इसलिए उसका market cap जो है is way higher compared to the other companies का market cap that is there. Okay, so this is one of the reason, because it is operating, जो भी आप बोलो logistic का नाम है, but since it is operating in a completely different field than the logistic का player, it is not your traditional logistic player. Okay. So now when you tell solutions over here, like the name suggests, na, Zinka Logistics Solution, what kind of solution is Zinka Logistics providing? Okay. Now this is exactly the the business model of Zinka Logistics. I will not be able to explain in this video in depth over here. I'm reiterating it once again because the business model is a little bit complicated. If you want to understand the nose, the hows and everything, please watch that video. I've covered it in detail, in depth. वो एक I think 30 minutes का video है वो. Kindly watch that video because there are a lot of things over here to explain. अगर मैं वही मैंने जो पहले बोला था वीडियो में कि like explain करने जाती हूँ तो ये 50 मिनट का वीडियो हो जाएगा, ठीक है? But I'll try to explain in the most sweet and short way over here as possible. I keep fearing this mic will turn off. Okay, anyways, so what kind of solution that they provide? So when you look at India, na, अगर आप India का logistics देखते हो, especially when you look at India का interstate, or between the, inside the states, जो भी हम logistics देखते हैं, most of the logistics happens via the road, and via the road का मतलब क्या? आपका truck से logistic का solutions provide होता है, ठीक है? But unfortunately, अगर most, let's say like 90% of the logistic solution is by trucks. Okay, but this मार्केट दैट इज देयर ना, ये ट्रक से जो लॉजिस्टिक सॉल्यूशंस जो होता है, इट इज अ मोस्ट अनऑर्गेनाइज्ड फ्रैगमेंटेड स्पेस दैट इज एवर, एंड इसमें बहुत सारे प्रॉब्लम है, ठीक है। इनफैक्ट अगर आप ये ट्रक का लॉजिस्टिक्स देखते हो, 80% ऑफ दिस इज अनऑर्गेनाइज स्पेस, ठीक है। एंड ओवर हियर ऑल्सो क्या होता है, 80% ऑफ द प्लेयर्स ओवर हियर इज लाइक छोटे सा प्लेयर है, जिसके पास देर इज लाइक वन ट्रक फेलो हैज लाइक वन ट्रक ऑपरेटर has 5 trucks or less than 5 trucks. This is what 80% of the market is like. Okay, so you can imagine कि like कितना unorganized, कितना fragmented है, ठीक है। और एक the second problem over here with this trucking का this entire logistical solution over here is this entire space runs on cash. पूरा का पूरा cash का business है यहाँ पे, there is no organized payment structure that happens over here. Okay, so इसके वजह से there is a lot of cheating, there's a lot of fraudulent works that happens over here, especially if you're a business it becomes very hard. एंड सिंस यहाँ पे कैश में सारा बिजनेस चलता है ना, ट्रस्ट इज अ वेरी बिग फैक्टर ओवर हियर, बिकॉज यू कुड डू अ बिजनेस ओवर हियर एंड शायद आपका पेमेंट ना मिले। सो दिस आर सम ऑफ द प्रॉब्लम्स विद द इंडस्ट्री में बोल सकती हूँ, थोड़ा सा यहाँ पे प्रॉब्लम्स है। नाउ ओवर हियर द मेन प्रॉब्लम इज व्हाट, लेट्स से फॉर एग्जांपल आई एम अ ट्रक ऑपरेटर, ठीक है, मेरे पास 5 ट्रक है, 5 ड्राइवर है, ठीक है। नाउ थिंक अबाउट द प्रॉब्लम्स दैट आई हैव। व्हाट इज माय फर्स्ट मेन प्रॉब्लम? थिंक अबाउट इट। आई कैन नॉट नो, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल मेरा बहुत बड़ा प्रॉब्लम है, I might not be able to drive 5 trucks. I will employ five truck drivers मेरा 5 ट्रक के लिए। Now I do not know what these people are doing. Yes, I know probably अभी एक shipment है मेरा बैंगलोर से बॉम्बे तक, ठीक है, but I am sitting in Bangalore. I don't know where these truck drivers are ना। I know कि like वो बात कर रहे हैं मेरे से और वो बोल रहे हैं हाँ मैं यहाँ पे क्रॉस हो चुका हूँ ये बॉर्डर। There is no way of tracking these people. कभी कभी क्या होता है, these people don't work properly. शायद they take longer rest, or they don't, they're not efficient over here, जिसके वजह से शिपमेंट डिले होता है। सी दिस इज वन प्रॉब्लम, राइट। द ट्रक ऑपरेटर जो है he doesn't have a proper way to track these trucks. Okay, so that is where Zinka Logistics comes over here in between and like bhai, you come over here, they come to these truck operators and basically they get these truck operators on board. Okay, so whatever the problem the truck operator has, okay, they are like a one-stop solution Zinka Logistics Solutions provide. How does Zinka Logistics Solution make money over here? They have an app and they provide all the services via the app through a subscription based model. Okay, and यहाँ पे वो subscription लेके वो एक पैसा बनाते हैं, ठीक है। Like for example जैसे मैंने बोला कि there is this vehicle tracking system, so you get to know exactly, okay, this guy has moved, इस टाइम पे ये व्हीकल यहाँ पे था, दिस इज वेरी स्टॉप फॉर सो लॉन्ग, इसने यहाँ पे स्टॉप किया, ठीक है। एंड दिस वे आई, फॉर एग्जांपल इफ आई एम अ ट्रक ऑपरेटर, आई कैन बी सिटिंग इन बैंगलोर एंड आई विल जस्ट सिट ऑन माय ऐप एंड आई कैन ट्रैक, मेरा 5 ट्रक है, 5 आर इन डिफरेंट डायरेक्शंस, आई नो वेयर एग्जैक्टली माय ट्रक इज, वेयर एग्जैक्टली डिड द स्टॉप, कहाँ पे कितना टाइम रुका, एवरीथिंग। सो दिस इज वन प्रॉब्लम। द सेकंड प्रॉब्लम, थिंक अबाउट इट, द ट्रक ऑपरेटर का मेजर प्रॉब्लम क्या होता है? हाउ डज अ ट्रक ऑपरेटर मेक मनी ओवर हियर? हियर ट्रक ऑपरेटर इज मी, ठीक है, and Zinka Logistics is some experts in, ठीक है। How does a truck operator I make money? I make money if let's say my truck is on the road and it is able to deliver most of the, एक shipment किया, दूसरा shipment गया, तीसरा shipment, like this if I keep getting shipment on shipment, क्या होता है, if my truck is getting utilized I will make money। But what happens over here with this truck का business में, the major problem over here is let's say I do this shipment A to B, ठीक है, फिर मुझे वो B point से let's say मुझे मेरा truck empty I have to come right to my reach point again। other than that, from me I have delivered one order और दूसरा order मिलने में मुझे शायद there will be 10 to 15 days का gap। उस 10 to 15 days में my truck is sitting idle over there, but I have to pay the salary to the driver, right? So there are many problems like this with this trucking का business, ठीक है। So what Zinka Logistics does, Zinka Logistics बोलता है, Zinka Logistics will come, will tell me like bhai, you come over here, you come and get on board on my app, you start using my app, you start subscription based में काम करो, ठीक है। So when we work on a subscription basis क्या होता है, यहाँ पे there are 2 models, one is classified and broking model, ठीक है। classified में क्या होता है usually, let's say in general market, what happens is there will be a vendor, there will be a trucker, they will connect these, this is what happens in the general market, not with Zinka Logistics Solution। there will be a vendor, there will be a trucker, they will come, they will connect this to, इसका ये shipment है, he has to make sure to go from Bangalore to Bombay, this guy will do। but there are many problems over here। what is a problem? One, the vendor cannot trust this truck driver, शायद उसने पेमेंट कर दिया और फिर ट्रक ने माल भी लेके चला गया, पैसा भी लेके चला गया, वेंडर का वो प्रॉब्लम है। ट्रकर का क्या प्रॉब्लम है, ये शायद जाके उसका माल पॉइंट ए से पॉइंट बी तक उसने किया, उस शिपमेंट किया, बट उसको पेमेंट ही नहीं मिला, ठीक है। सो यू अंडरस्टैंड ओवर हियर इन द मेजॉरिटी ऑफ द मार्केट, ये जो मार्केट है ये सारे प्रॉब्लम्स है। सो जिनका लॉजिस्टिक्स कम्स हियर एंड हाउ डू दे सॉल्व द प्रॉब्लम? दे टेल कि लाइक भाई तू पहले आ जा, यू कम एंड ऑन बोर्ड ऑन माई ऐप एंड टेक माई सब्सक्रिप्शन सर्विसेज एंड आई विल मेक श्योर तुम्हारा ट्रक आइडली ना बैठे, ठीक है. हाउ डू दे मेक श्योर द ट्रक इज नॉट सिटिंग आइडल एंड दिस ट्रकर्स जो है दे कीप गेटिंग ऑर्डर्स ओवर एंड ओवर अगेन. हाउ डू दे डू इट? दे कम इन टू द they come to the platform, they come to Blackbuck, Zinka ka ek jo brand hai which is called as Blackbuck. They come on the Blackbuck and they tell and they see like the trucker will come, he'll be like, "Arey mera aaj truck empty hai, I need some order." There will be some vendor over here, point A to point B usko reach karna hai, itna sara maal hai uska. They will connect these two people first, and once they connect these two people they will make a deal कि like ठीक है, first uska deal ban gaya. Second, they will help in negotiating the price, so it is lucrative for both, so it is lucrative for a vendor as well as lucrative for a trucking guy, ठीक है. Then क्या करता है ये जो Blackbuck है, they take the money from the vendor, ठीक है, and then what they do, they give this truck guy all the information कि like ये full इसको बोलते step को बोलते fulfillment, okay. They give the fulfillment का पूरा details, मतलब you have to go to this guy's factory in Bangalore somewhere in electronic city, उसके बाद you have to reach there at this time, इतना लोड है, लोड करना पड़ेगा, उसके बाद you have to reach to this destination, ये रूट से तुम्हें करना पड़ेगा. And once he does it, once he completely completes the route, make sure that the shipment goes to the destination, he gets paid, the trucker gets paid. This way do you see एक तीर से दो निशाना हो गया, which means what, vendor का भी कुछ he is not supposed to be scared के लिए करे ये अगर will the shipment be done in time, will उसने मेरा माल चोरी करके गया या नहीं, because Blackbuck will take the responsibility. On the other hand, even trucker is also safe over here, because trucker के साथ क्या है, because trucker is also going to make sure उसका भी टेंशन नहीं है कि करे मैंने शिपमेंट किया मेरे पेमेंट नहीं आया, because he is going to get the payment immediately. Now how does Blackbuck make money? Blackbuck makes money by taking subscription fees for the trucker, because he is arranging all these deals deals, pricing, ये सब experience देता है. At the same time they also take commission from the vendor, okay, because vendor का क्या है, right, even he needs to have a hassle free experience. So क्या होता है, even they get money from both the ends, from vendor also as well as from the subscription fee also. So this is how they actually make money, ठीक है. This is more or less the business model, I hope you can understand, ठीक है. Now पहले बात करते हैं, I hope this is clear, this is just a part of the business model I've explained. Like I said, kindly watch that video. Now पहले बात करते हैं Q3FY25 का रिजल्ट के बारे में, ठीक है. Now the first thing over here with Q3FY25 result is, in Q2FY25 we saw last quarter, we saw that the pace of growth was really high, 50% से grow कर रहा था, right? And if you come and see over here, even in Q3, the pace of growth continues to remain high. The sales has grown by 45% only, ठीक है. And if you look at the profit, if you look at the PAT, right? PAT has, before profits I'll talk about PBT. You'll see over here the company has turned into profitable. This quarter has been profitable, just like the last quarter, ठीक है. PBT is at 30 crore, profit before tax, versus last time it was a loss of 70 crore, ठीक है. PAT on the other hand, if you see PAT का the losses over here in the bottom line after taxes, you see losses have widened. Last time 22 crore का loss था, इस time 48 crore का loss है. So what exactly happened between PBT and PAT? तुमने profit से loss में convert हो गया, and loss also became is widened. The reason is there is an exceptional item of 80 crore, okay. I believe, yeah, I think 75 or 80 crore का exceptional item है, and this has come because this was there even in the last quarter also, if you guys have seen. This is because यहाँ पे once they did the IPO का एक one time fee था which they had to give, and there were some shareholding का also they had to release some payment, Series A B जब उन्होंने fund किया था, for them also they had to give some money as a result, कुछ face value के ऊपर based on the thing. So as a result, because of this exceptional item that is there, they have turned profitability is quarter नहीं है, but if you look on the PBT level they have turned profitable, and the margins are also quite intact, okay. Now let's come into the other details, like एक segment में, like I told you, ये जो Blackbuck है, they provide a lot of क्या बोलते हैं, a lot of offerings to a truck. Basically ये truck operator जो है, let's say I have 5 trucks, okay, and I go to the Blackbuck app, I can tell you like 90% of the problems that the truck operator will face, that will be solved, okay. Like one such problem is also, like let's say if a truck operator needs to add a new truck to his fleet, okay, it becomes very difficult for him because एक ट्रक का तो प्राइस इतना ज्यादा है, और उसको प्राइवेट बैंक से लोन मिलना बहुत मुश्किल होता है क्योंकि वो डॉक्यूमेंट सब नहीं रहता है. एट द सेम टाइम क्या होता है कि लाइक ये छोटे छोटे प्लेयर से वो लोन लेता है, पर वो इंटरेस्ट रेट इतना होता है कि लाइक उसको मारी डाल देता है अल्टीमेटली. सो व्हाट ओवर हियर दिस पीपल आल्सो डू अ फाइनेंसिंग आल्सो. लेट्स से इफ यू वांट टू गेट अ ट्रक, अगर आपको फर्स्ट हैंड ट्रक चाहिए, सेकंड हैंड ट्रक चाहिए, कुछ भी ट्रक चाहिए, राइट, they will help you, connecting. They have NBFC players and banks listed on their platform, and these people will help you connect. If you take their subscriptions, they will help you connect to the private bank, and these people will fetch all the documents for you and everything and make sure to give you the best deal. यहाँ पर भी ये लोग कमीशन खाता है. One is the subscription जो ट्रक वाला will pay you, and the other is the loan commission, और आपका प्रोसेसिंग का जो लोन प्रोसेस करते हैं इसमें 1.5% का कमीशन होता है. They get that commission from the bank people also. So this is how they make money. ठीक है. Now अगर आप ब्लैक बक में देखते हो, there are two divisions in their business model. One they call it as growth, and the other one is called non-growth. What is this growth and non-growth? Basically, इस growth vertical में there are two divisions called as tolling and vehicle tracking. Okay, so this tolling and vehicle tracking that is there, this contributes almost 88% to the revenue. ये tolling और tracking क्या है? Basically tracking, remember explained you in the first half of the video कि like अगर I'm sitting in Bangalore, मेरा shipment है कहीं पे कश्मीर में, I need to know ना where exactly my truck is, कितना time है. So this is that vehicle tracking part. Okay, and tolling is basically आपने देखा होगा ना वो FASTag and everything that is there, right? How do I tell this? Any highway that you go on, right? आपका एक toll होता है, ठीक है? Now over here क्या होता है, right? Let's say if I have a FASTag, I'll have to recharge it over and over again मुझे, ठीक है? हर एक time में, let's say if I have 5 different accounts होने पड़ेगा मेरा, it becomes very difficult. But if I'm on the app, all of it will be under one account, ठीक है? मेरा 5 truck है, 5 का एक FASTag का एक account होगा. The other thing what happens over here with the FASTag is, see, most of the highways are used by trucks. Obviously cars and bike use, but 80% of the highways are used by trucks only, ठीक है? For all this logistical solution and everything. यहाँ पे क्या होता है, right? You can't trust the driver because वो क्या करेगा, वो वहाँ पे बोलेगा हाँ मेरा toll इतना था, but at the end of the day he will take extra money from you, and all of that happens, right? या वरना शायद आपका toll, you are paying more toll, या शायद right, the tolling system for trucks is completely different than that of your car या two-wheeler का vehicle. Sometimes let's say आपका your truck is heavy, yeah, there are certain things you probably don't have the right documents, you get blacklisted also from that FASTag. So once you get on this subscription model, they make sure all this FASTag related problems that are there you will not have to face, and they will take care of it for you. At the same time, what happens, you see now all this FASTag that is there, FASTag if you have to buy the FASTag, right, there will be a bank that will provide you with this FASTag, right? We call this as FASTag program management fee. So in order to make sure कि like वो bank से आपको the bank also is getting listed on their platform now to make sure this FASTag is hassle free over here. इनसे भी ये लोग एक commission fee लेता है which is 1.5%. Okay, now think about this tolling, this vehicle financing and everything. Like I told you, they make money how? They make money from subscription fee from the truckers, and they get this aggregated से भी ये पैसा लेते हैं. Similar to like what Blinkit does. Okay, Blinkit का क्या है? If I am ordering something, I am paying convenience fee, delivery charges and everything. That is platform fee. That is how Blinkit makes money. On the other hand, if there is any brand that is getting listed on Blinkit, उसको भी 30% का commission देना पड़ता है ना उसका product में. You might know this, right? So how does Blinkit make money? Blinkit makes money from vendor as well as customer. Similarly, BlackBuck भी वही का वही है, same to same, just complicated है, कुछ अलग नाम है, that is it, but model वही का वही है. Even BlackBuck makes money like that only. यहाँ पे customer कौन है? Truck operator, ठीक है? So वहाँ से भी पैसा आता है. On the other hand, let's say अगर आपको vehicle financing करना है, बैंक आता है, so बैंक जब लोन देता है उसका 1% लोन कमीशन देता है. टॉलिंग में ये फास्टैग प्रोग्राम मैनेजमेंट फी होता है, उसे 1.5% लेता है, ठीक है? नाउ दिस टॉलिंग्स, लाइक आई टोल्ड यू ना, इट इज ऑलमोस्ट 40% ऑफ द रेवेन्यू, 35 to 40. यहाँ पे क्या हुआ था, सिंस द टाइम वी स्टार्टेड टॉलिंग, आई थिंक ऑलमोस्ट 10 फास्टैग, नॉट टॉलिंग आई वुड से, ये फास्टैग हमने स्टार्ट किया था इंडिया में आई थिंक ऑलमोस्ट 10 years ago. दिस फास्टैग का मैनेजमेंट प्रोग्राम मैनेजमेंट फी वाज 1.5%. नाउ द गवर्नमेंट केम एंड दे टोल्ड कि लाइक 1.5% ऑफ, लेट्स से एक टॉल है, ठीक है, वन टॉल इज देयर फ्रॉम बैंगलोर टू मैसूर, इट कॉस्ट यू 100 rupees, ठीक है? नाउ सिंस यू आर मैनेजिंग इट, you get 1.5% of that 100 rupees, that is your commission, okay, which you get. Now यहाँ पे क्या हुआ था, गवर्नमेंट केम एंड इंटरवेंट के, लाइक हम लोग अभी 1.5 से वी आर मेकिंग दैट मैनेजमेंट फी टू 1%. ओके, दैट इज हाउ इट इज गोइंग टू बी. सो ऑब्वियसली यहाँ पे ब्लैक बक का इट्स गोइंग टू हिट देम ना, बिकॉज लाइक आई टोल्ड यू, हाउ डू दे मेक मनी? फ्रॉम द कस्टमर एज वेल एज एग्रीगेटर. अगर यहाँ पे रेगुलेटरी में कुछ होता है एंड दे टेलिंग कि लाइक तुम्हारा कमीशन फी 1.5 से 1 होता है, देन ऑब्वियसली इट इज गोइंग टू हर्ट देम, विच इज एक्जैक्टली देव डन. सो देयर वाज दिस वरी कि लाइक आगे जाके भी probably the government can come and intervene anytime and can tell ki like 1% se aap 0.75 kar do, 0.5% kar do. There is no guarantee, right? And that was the biggest risk over here with this business model. But now the government has come and they told ki like we won't get it down from 1%, and there is we will stick to this at least for the next 2 years, and there shouldn't be any problem. Okay. And another reason was ki like if let's say this program management fee comes down anything less than 1%, then whoever is involved over here as an aggregator, right, whichever the bank is involved in providing you this FASTag and everything, then it won't make any sense for them to operate over here. Okay. So that is also another thing. So there is a stability that has come. जो प्रॉब्लम था वहां पे earlier that एक थोड़ा confusion था, वहां पे already एक stability आया है, and the government has told कि like no, this is how it is going to be, we are no longer going to come and revise it. ठीक है, that is one thing. ठीक है, so this is the growth part of the business. तो growth part of the business में क्या आता, vehicle tracking and tolling, okay, which is 88% of the revenue. And यहाँ पे कुछ अभी problem नहीं है, everything is all good, everything is changa. Now let us come to the second part, which is called as non-growth vertical. Non-growth vertical क्या, the other 15% of the business that is there, like for example वो vehicle financing करना, ठीक है, यहाँ पर भी it's going well. In fact the other 15 to 12% of the revenue which is coming from vehicle financing, fuel sensor and all of this, even this has grown this year by 100%, that is Q3 on Q3. ठीक है, so overall great. Now ये non-growth vertical में ये क्या हुआ है, one is that vehicle financing which is going on really well. In fact they don't just connect you with other NBFC players, उनका ही खुद का एक NBFC है बोल के black buck NBFC, but उससे तो hardly anything. 80% of the loan is getting done by the other NBFC and private banks, not by black buck NBFC. Anyways, मैं ज़्यादा confusion नहीं करना चाहती हूँ. The other part of this non-growth business is called as fuel sensor. Okay, ये fuel sensor क्या होता है? Again think about this. Now I have a truck, I'm a truck operator, मेरा 5 truck है. Now let's say if he has to go from Bangalore to Kashmir, there will be many points ना where he'll have to refuel, और वो बोलेगा मैडम यहाँ पे मेरे को 2000 का बिल हो गया, ठीक है, and I am paying him 2000, but शायद उसने सिर्फ 1500 का ही पेट्रोल डाला वहाँ पे, 500 अपना पॉकेट में डाल दिया. You understand यहाँ पे कितना प्रॉब्लम होते हैं. Like I told you, remember the first part of the video I told you, पूरा का पूरा बिजनेस कैश में चलता है, and because ये कैश में चलता है यहाँ पे इतना सारा लफड़ा होता है as a result of it. Okay, so that is a huge problem. So यहाँ पे क्या होता है, what is this fuel sensor? It tells you, like I told you, app में you get updated everything in real time, which is basically what you get, you get to know कि like अरे इस यहाँ पे इतना fuel डाला from this distance. Let's say he fueled in somewhere in Bangalore का Majestic में उसने 10 लीटर का fuel डाला. From this fuel with this vehicle he can travel to this so many kilometers, and it gives you exactly कि like कितना fuel use किया है, कितना refuel किया है, what is the fuel percentage right now. As I'm sitting here I can see कि like कितना fuel बाकी है उस vehicle में. So क्या होता है, sometimes what happens is all these truckers what they do is 2000 का fuel ही डालते हैं, and वो bill का screenshot लेके he will send it to the मालिक, देखो मैंने 2000 का ही bill डाला. फिर क्या करते हैं वो पेट्रोल का चोरी करता है फिर, और फिर वो जाके कहीं और पे बेच देता है एंड पॉकेट में अपना पैसा डाल देता है. ठीक है, दिस ऑल प्रॉब्लम मस्ट बी एलिमिनेटेड समहाउ. ने एक सेंट्रलाइज सिस्टम चाहिए यहाँ पे. दैट इज व्हाई यहाँ पे फ्यूल सिस्टम का ये फ्यूल सेंसर का काम आते हैं. वो फ्यूल सेंसर को अपना गाड़ी में लगाया तो हाउ मच फ्यूल इज देयर, हाउ मच फ्यूल यू हैव पुट, किस पेट्रोल पंप पे कितना फ्यूल डाला, आफ्टर दैट वेयर हैज दिस हाउ मच डिस्टेंस यू ट्रैवल्ड एंड कितना फ्यूल यहाँ पे गया है फॉर दिस डिस्टेंस. एवरीथिंग रियल टाइम अपडेट आई विल गेट बाय सिटिंग हियर इन बैंगलोर. मेरा ट्रक कश्मीर में हो, मेरा ट्रक कन्याकुमारी में हो, whatever it is, just on one app, just on my phone, on one app I can track everything, from मेरा vehicle कहाँ है, मेरा पेट्रोल कितना है, कितना देर लगेगा, ट्रकर क्या है, उसने कितना ब्रेक लिया है, everything literally I will get on that app, and I can do so. I can manage like 10 trucks on one single phone मेरा. ठीक है, so now you understand ना कितना एक revolutionary ये एक चीज है जो Zinka Logistics कर रहा है, because nobody has ever thought of this, and what they're doing is actually truly great over here, especially in this unorganized segment. ये fuel sensor का क्या हुआ था, when they released it they released it at around 25,000 rupees. Obviously nobody was willing to buy it because price point high था. Then they got it at 20,000 rupees, and they also got it later at 15,000 rupees. But still the adaptation to this fuel sensor was not that high. Now recently they re-engineered this product again, and they released this product at 10,500 to 11,000 rupees. Or this has been a sweet spot, and they were able to sell it like hot cakes. In fact, Q2 of last year to Q2 of this year में कितना sales किया था ना ये fuel sensor बेच के. They did that entire sale of Q2 of ये कितना है Q2 of 24 to 25. How much they did? They did that entire sale in Q3 का एक quarter alone for this fuel sensor. You know, just because they were able to get the price down. I hope you're able to understand. You know, ये कितना बड़ी बात है. Like एक साल का जो तुमने सेल किया, आपने इस साल एक क्वार्टर में इसको किया, ठीक है. That has been a great, you know, a great update from them, ठीक है. So overall, can you see उनका सारा का सारा vertical, whether it is tolling, vehicle tracking, fuel sensor, financing division, you know, every single division unka, you know, they are able to, you know, there has been growth in every single thing, ठीक है. In fact, if you look at their other metrics, like for example average monthly transacting truck operator जो है, that has grown by 20%. उनका GTV अगर आप देखते हो, gross transaction value, this has grown by 34%, right? So overall great set of numbers. सारा metrics जो है has been off the charts, like really good, you know, there has been no problem over here, ठीक है. So overall great, कुछ कंप्लेन करने का लायक नहीं है. इनफैक्ट मैं और एक चीज बोलती हूँ यहाँ पे, यू नो, बिकॉज आई थिंक, यू नो, वंस यू कम टू द मार्केट, आई थिंक पीपल अंडरस्टैंड कि लाइक, यू नो, द ऑपरेटिंग लेवरेज कितना बड़ी बात है मार्केट के लिए. लाइक यू नीड ऑपरेटिंग लेवरेज. अगर आप स्टार्टअप कर रहे हो, आपका वीसी का फंड है, देन फाइन, आप बर्न करते रहो, कोई आपको फंडिंग देता रहेगा, बट मार्केट में ग्रोथ भी चाहिए बाबा, ऑपरेटिंग लेवरेज भी चाहिए. एंड इसने ना, इसका फाउंडर जो है, वॉट एवर ही टोल्ड, यू नो, प्री आईपीओ के बिफोर इवन दे केम टू आईपीओ, वॉट एवर द इंटरव्यूज इज गिवन, राइट, he has been executing that seamlessly. जो भी बोला वहाँ पे, every quarter he comes and executes it, okay. And even in fact he'll tell you in con call के like, मैंने, you know, DRHP के टाइम में ये बोला था, अभी देखो मैं ये भी करके दिखा रहा हूँ. And he's told कि like, you know, आगे जाके आपको immense operating leverage मिलेगा, because there is two reasons for it. One, ये जो exceptional item है, it will not be there from the next quarter onwards, okay. That is one of the reason. The other reason is, like I told you, what is Zinka Logistics Solution? It is a completely क्या, प्लेटफॉर्म बेस्ड एक डिजिटल कंपनी, एक टेक कंपनी है. सो योर फर्स्ट टाइम कॉस्ट इज मोर, बिकॉज यू हैव टू गेट योर कस्टमर ऑनबोर्डेड टू द ऐप, यू हैव टू get them using the app. Now customer acquisition cost is high over here, right? But the customer acquisition cost will come as your marketing cost. It is a one time thing, but once they get used to it, उसके बाद subscription fee over and over again. Think about it, for you to get, like, whenever using Netflix and all, आपको, to make sure that, you know, Netflix gets you as a customer, that one time fee is more. After that you keep renewing the subscription every year. It is jingalala na for them. Like, they don't have to spend extra to make sure that you subscribe, you know, you have to pay the subscription over and over again. So the operating leverage over here is immense. In fact, unka customer acquisition cost is coming down significantly, you know, over the years, because they're not spending as much they were spending a year ago or 2 years ago, right? Because the adaptation towards the app is really good. In fact, the average time in a day the trucker is spending, the operator is spending, is 45 minutes, right? Which has also gone up over here, okay. So overall great. And I believe if the subscription model उनका और भी चंगा चलेगा ना, then operating leverage का भंडार होगा यहाँ पे. And with this, you know, if they can sustain this growth rate, because they've always been a high growth engine, ठीक है, if they can sustain this 45 to 55% का high pace of growth, along with that, if they're able to get that operating leverage, which we should see from Q4, it is going to be a bang, like one big bang it is going to be, because this is literally like, I don't think y'all can understand like the kind of innovation they're getting, the kind of solutions they're able to provide, and just the changes that they're getting is just fantastic. Let's now talk about, that's the entire business update. Now let's talk about the risk associated over here, okay. Now what did I tell you? Zinka Logistics, how do they make money? Either you pay, you know, two ways. One is a subscription, and the other one is, you know, you from the aggregator you pay, जो commission मिलता है. This aggregator का जो commission है ना, this is a little bit, you know, a little bit icky, because anytime, because आपका commission is based on the rules and regulations of the government, and anytime the regulator can come and change your commission, and you have to be okay with it. You don't have a say over here. Government ने बोला तुम्हें करना पड़ेगा भाई, that is it, end of story, ठीक है. And here what happens, like I told you ना, like now this NHAI जो national highway है, and this हमारा जो फास्टैग का जो लोग है, उन्होंने बोला कि like आपका जो commission है, it is, we are reducing it from 1.5 to 1%. So now they are okay with 1% and it has not affected them a lot. ठीक है, affect हुआ है but उतना कुछ नहीं, it is okay. आगे जाके अगर let's say, I mean see it is a government, they can come into anything. Let's say they tell one से मैं 0.75% करूंगा आपका कमीशन, ये एक बड़ा रिस्क है. एंड अंडरस्टैंड दिस, उनका ये जो टॉलिंग का जो बिजनेस है यहाँ से ऑलमोस्ट कितना 35 to 40% का रेवेन्यू आ रहा है. सो दिस इज वन ऑफ द बिगेस्ट रिस्क, चेंज इन कमीशंस. द सेकंड इज लाइक आई टोल्ड यू ना, ये लोग व्हीकल फाइनेंसिंग करते हैं राइट, एंड फ्रॉम दिस दे गेट दैट लोन प्रोसेस करने के लिए वो लोन अमाउंट जो है वो 1.5% या 0.5% का उनको जो भी लोन अमाउंट है उसमें कमीशन मिलता है. ठीक है, दिस इज ऑल्सो डिसाइडेड बाय आरबीआई. व्हाट विल बी दिस लोन प्रोसेसिंग का कमीशन फी कितना होता है, it is decided by RBI. Tomorrow if RBI comes and changes its guidelines for all these NBFCs and everything, you also should be okay with it. आपको सर झुका के you have to agree कि like yeah. So this is the biggest risk over here. Change in regulations, change in any kind of this commission that they are getting. If it is changed now, it is again it can cause a lot of havoc to the bottom line. ठीक है, that is the not just the bottom line but even to the top line. That is a little bit of a concern, I can tell you, and this will always be a big known unknown risk. जब हम रिस्क के बारे में बात करते हैं, there is an unknown risk, there is a known risk, there is a known unknown risk. known unknown risk का मतलब क्या है, you know कि like risk क्या है, कि like government आके commissions change कर सकता है and everything, but you do not know when it will happen. शायद it can never happen during your entire lifetime and the government can never do it throughout the year. शायद वो करे अगले दिन ही, शायद 2 साल के बाद. So this is, there is a risk, but when this risk will come, that is a big question mark over here. ठीक है, the other risk over here associated is, I would say this is a general risk for any startup company. I will tell you like Blackbuck or Zomato or anything is. See, these people have been running with VC money for a very long time. ठीक है, अभी market में आते हैं and they understand कि like pace of growth is also important, operating leverage is also important over here. And यहाँ पे क्या होता है ना, like once they turn profitable, let's say now they turn profitable and they have to target a new venture, okay, like a new growth vertical, and if they have to again like push that vertical, वहाँ पे like see the problem यहाँ पे क्या होता है ना, हर एक startup का either it is very difficult to get both, to get growth as well as operating leverage. You have to sacrifice one. That is something I see with most companies, right? Like if they are not that aggressive in terms of growth, they lose market share, right? And if they are focusing on like ठीक है profitability, like it's one, either आप market share रखो and burn करो, या आप profitability रखो and probably you don't get that market share उतना aggressively. Like it's one of the two. It's very rare you find companies that does both. If you find a company that does both, salute मारो उसको, it's really great. But यहाँ पे यही वो problem है. So आगे जाके let's say if there is any vertical that they really want to push for, I really hope they have lots of cash in their account so that they don't have to dilute the equity anymore to do so. ठीक है, because यहाँ पे that is the only problem over here, right? Because see, when other big companies are diluting equity, it is okay, but यहाँ पे आपको कुछ है ही नहीं, आप कितना equity dilute करोगे. Like for example, I think as an investor you would need, ultimately there will come a point where you would need a company to fund its operations through its own money. Okay, I understand when you're a small company it's difficult, like for example Sky Gold, it's difficult, right? आप 100% का growth target कर रहे हो, it's difficult, I understand, but also to what extent will you keep doing it, right? Like for example Zomato का भी, they recently did this 10,000 crore I believe 8,000 crore का कुछ उन्होंने raise किया, right? QIP raise किया. There comes a point कि until when will you keep doing it? So I hope that is not a situation with Blackbuck going forward. I hope ये क्या हो गया, बारिश होने लगा. I hope that is not a situation with Blackbuck going forward. Like they have operating leverage immense हो जाए, cash आ जाए books में, and they are able to sustain the growth going forward by their own operations, and that's it. So that's that. I mean that's a very generic risk, I would say. Not like, it's not really a risk, but एक generic चीज है यहाँ पे, that is the thing. But overall great business update, very nice. Probably if that exceptional item was not there this quarter they would have turned profitable. Let's see from the next quarter क्या होगा, because one thing that I really liked was throughout the call the founder kept telling कि like operating leverage का we will get very strong operating leverage because one, exceptional item नहीं होगा, second, subscription model हमारा very strong है because of the subscription model, because customer acquisition cost तो एक ही बार है, but subscription का payment बार आता रहेगा, and that is like a boon for us, right? So that's that. Hopefully they will be able to really get that operating leverage. And if they get that operating leverage and that pace of growth, agar if they are able to maintain this high pace of growth, like bang bang banger. So that's that about today's video. I'll see you again in another video. Bye.